Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic.
And your
And we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid. We will see you on the Dippity Dippity. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we are here live and not really in living color. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a good line. I was gonna try it, and it wasn't really working like that. But that's all right. We're talking TNA Destination X 2016, and I'm gonna tell you one thing because I'm always quick to give TNA crap about this. Shout out to TNA tonight for keeping that Destination X logo everywhere the camera turned. It felt like. Except for when people were cutting promos, but like I couldn't tell by the aprons. I know Justin and I have talked about this too. I couldn't tell by the aprons, but I know that they had it at least in 3 spots, and everywhere you look, that seems like that was the only thing I could see. So I like that. I was excited that logo was just there in every place possible. So if you just kind of tune into the show later, you just don't really know this Destination X, you still know because the logo's there. I just kind of like that. Any thoughts on that or the setup or anything tonight?
Yeah, it looked like Impact to me. It just looked like Impact. Yeah.
I mean, it did. I'm not saying they changed the like they didn't change the setup of the stage or anything. But I was just saying, at least there was a logo there for you to know what was going on.
Yeah.
Because technically, it was still just an Impact, technically. But anyway, let's jump right into it. We started out going to the. I don't know if we were in the Hardy estate. I think we were like on the pond or something. We was on the pond with Matt Hardy. He had to make sure he talked to his boat because his boat saved his life last week after the final deletion. We got like kind of some flashbacks as well. I guess kind of coming through his perspective, kind of coming through his mind. I don't know what he did to Jeff Hardy. I was kind of confused watching this because I was like, did he wrap Jeff Hardy up, or is Jeff Hardy confused, or is Jeff Hardy just dreaming? that was the only thing that really confused me about this. I was like, what's going on? Is Jeff all right? But there was terrible country music, which was great. Matt was burying the final remains of Brother Nero, with different various flashbacks from the party and everything like that. So that was kind of I like the start of this. I definitely thought it was pretty cool. I guess I'm just gonna go dive into the rest of what was going on with this the entire night. Then later on, we go into Hardy Cinema. He was, giving out tickets and everything. It was legit. It was legit. It was funny because when he got everybody in there, he said, "I knew you'd come," and that freaking cracked me up when he said that. Just because of the whole, Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. I just like that he said that, even when the people came in. And then he was gonna allow Maxwell to watch his first final deletion. It's the first time that Maxwell will get to watch it. The other babies won't as excited as Brother Maxwell was. They won't as excited. But Maxwell he was hyped. And then we get a all hail King Maxwell. That made me think of King Booker a little bit. I don't know about you, but it definitely made me think of King Booker. And then we got the public deletion. I think was the last one of it. Actually, we had that Hardy dinner thing, and then I'll let you give your thoughts on the kind of the pre-recorded type segments, and then we'll talk about the public deletion. The Hardy dinner at Cameron. Always remember that Matt Hardy detests mustard. But I don't know. I really like this. I thought it was a good way to bring Matt Hardy back into the arena in some sort of fashion without just throwing him out there and saying cut a promo, because this was a lot different than him just having a match in the ring, a normal match. to me. So I think they did very well at kind of just slowly getting him back into, actually into the arena. But I enjoyed all of it. I love Maxwell's his expressions. I don't know how they got him to do the expressions that he did, but like I don't know if it was just natural. But he just like when Matt needed him to point for some reason, he just pointed or like handed him stuff or whatever. I just thought that was adorable and cute, and it was great. Any thoughts on the kind of pre-recorded segments that we had from Mr. Matt Hardy, the only Hardy now?
I mean, first of all, I hate it when you take like 7 different segments and put them into one.
But it's all the same. Like it all.
But it isn't, because you always do it when I write notes down, and then I got to go through my notes and figure out what.
I had to do the same thing.
It just makes it all confusing and whatnot. So I got to go in my mind. Okay, first of all, we had the boat, and he talking to the boat. He named the boat.
Apparently, you ain't writing notes since you got to go back to your mind. But anyway,
he got named the boat and all that. That pond, for some reason, like when you on like the bank, it doesn't look as big as when he was out there. Like it looked huge when he was out in the boat. I was like, did they go to a different pond? Like, is this the same one? It just looks so much bigger. I was like, that's crazy. Don't fall out. I mean, unless you could swim. I don't know if Matt can swim. I don't know. I should know. I should research that and see if he can swim. But then the cinema section where he was in the theater, his own home theater, because when you got enough money, you always make your own home theater. I was confused. I was like, who are all these people? Are these like friends or family, or like what's going on right now? And he said hell. No, he said ass in front of the little kids. I did not approve of that. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I know they're gonna learn it anyway, but you don't gotta start it, Matt. Come on now. They not supposed to learn that at least until like first grade, at least. And the public deletion, I liked it. It was confusing because first Jeff's fired and then he's not, and then we're gonna do the thing where he's Matt's servant again, or Matt's servant this time. He was EC3's servant before, but it's basically going to be the same thing. I don't know. I kind of got excited when Matt was fired because I was like, yay, he's going to go back to WWE. And then no, he's not. But I just I still like the whole, Matt and Jeff, or Matt and Brother Nero storyline. I know a bunch of people are kind of getting bored with it or getting tired of it, but I still think it's entertaining. So,
yeah, I enjoyed the public deletion. I thought it was, it was definitely, good to turn the storyline in another direction, I guess you could say, and pull it back into the Impact Zone, I guess is what they're trying to do now. So I think they did a great job of doing that. That was the only thing I didn't like, how Jeff is now going to be his mule, because I actually thought that he was already Matt's servant at one point. When Matt was all iconic and whatever or something. I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but that was EC3. You're right about that. But yeah, that was the only thing that got me. I was just kind of upset about that. I was hoping they would do something else with that, or I don't know, maybe he'd I was expecting Jeff to come out differently too. He did come out, it was different, but it wasn't I thought it was gonna be extreme. I thought he was gonna be out of control different. He did come out without face paint and kind of sweaty, and then this random sleeveless hoodie, I think. But
I was just confused because I was this whole the storyline's good and I like it, but the aftermath doesn't make sense. Was there a contract signed for this that now, he becomes his servant, or just like it doesn't make sense. But then again, it's professional wrestling, and if you think too much into it, you're thinking too much. So
yeah, and I kind of like, because I thought it was interesting too. I thought it was kind of good storytelling how Jeff comes out kind of sad and defeated, right? Like usually Jeff would come out like even after he loses, he still comes out like all happy and go lucky. So I like how they're kind of trying to play it like he's going against family, so it's harder and harder on him every time he has to face him. And even now this time, freaking falling off a ridiculous hardy structure and almost dying, because that's what Jeff does. I still think it was, it was kind of cool how they still kept telling the story with this.
It wasn't even that high, and he just kind of casually jumped off. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That fire didn't even get close to him.
Alrighty, so the first match we started off with the show, started off on this show is DJZ versus Braxton Sutter versus Rockstar Spud versus Mandrews versus Trevor Lee versus Andrew Everett. I hope I didn't miss anyone. In a ladder match to determine who's going to be the number one contender. I like that they brought the little number one contenders X thing back. I like that. Always like that. I know they used to use it before when they had the Ultimate X matches that weren't for the title. They used to have that, so I thought that was pretty cool. I thought this was a good match, though. I enjoyed it. The Helms Dynasty were trying to bring out those ladders real early, but they got taken out by dives because, no, you don't bring ladders into this ladder match, Helms Dynasty. No. The corkscrew moonsault by DJZ was amazing from the top to the outside. Spud biting Braxton Sutter to take him off the ladder. Still loving Spud as a heel. Still like they're keeping feuds going, even in this, even in, and still like we've said, even in these like multi-man matches. The drop kick, I think that was a drop kick to the ding ding, if I'm not mistaken, by DJZ, as Lee was like like he was like his legs were split on the between the two ladders. I'm not sure, but I think if Carino was calling it, he would have called it a drop kick to the ding ding. I think so. The gut wrench sit out power bomb was cool by Braxton Sutter like that. Helms would come in and take Zima Ion, try to take out Zima Ion, but he gets met with a Hurricane Rana. I thought that was pretty freaking cool. Seeing Gregory Helms still be taken out in this match. Everett got thrown off of the ladder onto, I think, everyone ever. I think I was out there. I wasn't, on the outside watching him come down on me. DJZ does end up winning this match, becoming the number one contender for the X Division Championship, and I was so excited because it's been so long since we've seen DJZ actually. I don't know if it's necessarily like a fair chance, but I'm just excited to see him not feel like he's second fiddle anymore. Because I really like DJZ, Zima Ion, Shima Zion, whatever we're gonna call him. I like him. Any thoughts on the match before we get to the post-match interview and shenanigans?
There's thoughts. There's thoughts. First of all, I agree with the amazing corkscrew that DJZ did. There was like 7 screws in it, and he like flipped, and it was amazing. Man, there were a couple things that I didn't like, and this is kind of, everyone knows I love the Ultimate X match, but there are some things that I didn't like. First of all, or this wasn't even technically an Ultimate X match, it was just a ladder match for whatever. First of all, Mandrews going for the X first. I liked it, but I didn't like that. And this is, again, a lot of times with ladder matches, the first couple attempts, they go too slow because they're trying to oversell it, and they wait for somebody to knock them down, and it's just it's stupid, especially with TNA, just because they have a different sort of apparatus that they hang the ladder or they hang the belt or the X on. That's so easy to just take it off. It's not like WWE that has like the hook that you actually have to kind of unhook. This thing I was waiting for it to accidentally get knocked off. I think that's actually happened in TNA before. But they just need to get something that, takes them a little bit of time to actually, take off, to make it more believable. Because there was a couple times where, like I said, they have to, get to the top of the ladder, and then they're, so slow to make it look like they're actually trying. It just kind of takes away from it for me, in a ladder match anyway. The ladder split ding ding special to Trevor Lee was pretty awesome. I liked it. All in all, I don't know. I liked that they had a match for the number one contenders spot, but I don't know. All in all, I didn't like it. It felt too short. I don't understand the hate on Andrew Everett and why they won't let the man get the number one contendership or somebody new. I'm just saying, like Mandrews.
It's been 6 long years, Casey, since DJZ has. Bruh, you saw the man on the documentary that you watched. What was that documentary called? Can't remember off the top of my head. But it was an indie documentary, and I thought you loved him as much as I do, but apparently you don't.
I mean, I love him, but I'm just saying, if it took him this long, let somebody else get it that can do it quicker. I'm just saying.
It don't matter, though, because either way, whoever would have won this match still would get destroyed by whoever the champion is going to be whenever the champion ends up being the champion.
Maybe he's not as good as you thought he was.
Darn it. Anyway, after the match, we got a DJZ interview proclaiming that he will be the next X Division champion. Then Mike Bennett comes out and attacks him, and Mike Bennett kind of cut a little short promo saying that he's basically going to burn TNA down to the ground tonight. Any thoughts on Mike Bennett maybe trying to burn TNA to the ground tonight? This is the start of him ruining Destination X, by the way.
Yeah, the one match that he ruined. I mean, two, but there was like a good 45 minutes to an hour between the matches. So I feel like he really didn't ruin Destination X in general. He ruined 2 matches. So I'll give him credit on that.
But he did ruin like the 2 biggest matches technically, though.
The biggest match was to come still. We will get to that because there was pants. And no, but I liked it. I later on when he called his, enforcement, I think that kind of made it even more exciting. Because there was a speculation as who it was. We were hoping it was going to be somebody new. But I like what they're doing with this. I like how they did it. It definitely kind of got you intrigued more into, what is he going to do next? Is he going to call out Billy Corgan like he always does? Because I'm surprised we didn't see Billy at all. I was surprised. I was like, where's he at, though? But, yeah, it was good.
Alrighty. Next, we got Dixie announcing that TNA is moving to Thursdays. We also got a nice little commercial throughout the show that would run and talking about them moving to Thursdays to a new time, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Starting next Thursday on the, I think it's the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the 18th. Let me check real quick. It is the, I'm a liar. It is the 21st. Close enough. And she talked about the Bound for Glory playoffs, or I think what's going to be the new Bound for Glory series. Any thoughts on those 2 things?
I like, obviously we knew that there was probably going to be a change of the time. We knew this a while back. I think I messaged DJ the other day saying that TNA was going to move to Thursdays. I feel like even if they didn't, tell us that tonight, we would kind of figure it out because usually every other time that WWE has moved SmackDown, TNA has then moved Impact. It's just kind of, you don't want to have, your same show on the same night, because God forbid we have another Monday Night Wars. We wouldn't want that. But I definitely like that we're getting, another show on Thursday, or moving to Thursday, because then you kind of, we get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday wrestling, which is kind of cool. Yeah. It's going to be kind of weird that there's going to be nothing Friday. And there's usually nothing Saturday or Sunday, except for, pay-per-views on Sunday. But I'm definitely excited for it. What was the other thing?
The BFG playoffs.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I just don't like that they're calling it the playoffs now. Like, playoffs. I kind of like the Bound for Glory series. I mean, unless the playoffs are just, people earning their way into the Bound for Glory series. I don't know. They didn't really explain it too much, but I don't like the playoffs term. This is professional wrestling. It's not, the NBA or the NFL.
All right. Next, I was gonna say, I really don't even think like, I just learned this recently, but come to think about it, it would be really hard to do a Monday Night Wars anyway. Just because even if there was a company available, the way that DVR works now and the way that ratings work based off of DVR is like it doesn't even matter. Like, as long as you watch it, I think. Stone Cold, I think, said it on his podcast one day. He was like, because he has a show or whatever that comes on during some other wrestling show. I can't remember what it is, but like, he was like, as long as you watch the show within 48 hours of, when it actually came on, then, you're good. And usually a lot of people, that's what they do. They watch the next day or, within the next couple of days anyway. So like, I think it would be hard for ratings to necessarily go down just because there's shows at the same time. I don't know what you think about that, but like, I guess, that's just how DVR works now.
But I mean, I feel like even with that, WWE doesn't want another show, on the same day. And I feel like Impact doesn't too, just because, there are those people who still watch it live. So,
I mean, I definitely think it, in my opinion, I think it's better for the fans. It's easier on the fans more so.
Yeah.
Because you kind of gotta get that spread out effect. But next we got Jeremy Borash in the ring with Lashley and Eddie Edwards, basically building up on their match coming up. Lashley runs JB out of the ring pretty much, and he tells Eddie to look into his eyes. See that intensity. And I like this. I like this little back and forth they had here, because it really did. It continued to build this match, even though it was only set up a week ago. Like, I think it still felt like it was a big match, even though it was only set up just a week ago. But I was definitely excited going into this match. Eddie was, trying to get the Wolves Nation behind him, basically kind of, pumping up the crowd a little bit. He turns his back on Lashley, and Lashley attacks him. Lashley goes for the chair. Davey comes in to save the day. So Davey Richards has returned, so that's really freaking cool. And then I thought it was funny. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but I thought it was funny. Davey picked up the world title and gave it to Eddie to have Eddie put on. And number one, Davey did a terrible job of strapping it on because it was way too big. And number two, I thought it was funny that Lashley, when he was like angrily walking out of the arena or whatever, I'm glad, number one, he didn't leave the title. And number two, I was glad that I thought it was funny that he sent Jeremy Borash, who he had just thrown out of the ring, back into the ring. He just threw him back into the ring and told him to get his title. I thought that was freaking hilarious, just because like JB's like, wait a minute, wait, hold up. But any thoughts on this whole interview segment? Davey Richards coming back? Any of that?
I liked it. Unfortunately, Lashley did have to attack Eddie just because he knew he couldn't, compete with him on the mic, because Eddie is so much better on the mic. I'm saying it right now.
Barely,
I don't
barely, barely, maybe, that's a big time debate.
he is so much better. So
that's like saying who would be worse as president, George Bush or Donald Trump? That's terrible.
Shut up. But he's so much better on the mic. So he can he had to attack him. I was excited that Davey came back. And then as soon as Davey came back, DJ's like, he's gonna turn. And then I knew the second Lashley said, "Look into my eyes," I was like, "Yep, we're gonna get a look into my eyes whole rant from DJ." But I like the segment. Listen, you can't yell at Davey. He not used to putting belts around other people. He used to wearing belts himself. So he just used to kind of put them on himself.
We actually, this just in, guys. We actually got comments about TNA, which he doesn't care about, from Juggernaut097 himself. He says, boring, TNA is running away from SmackDown, and they don't have big enough stars to do the BFG series. Any thoughts on that, Casey?
But they do the BFG series. Bruh.
That is true.
What was the other things he said?
TNA is running away from SmackDown?
No, but they're just moving to another night. They always do. I mean, when Impact moved last time, then WWE moved. So was WWE running away from Impact? I'm just saying. And they have big enough stars to shut up, fool.
It's funny, they have the stars that we really cared about in WWE, but they're not big enough. Anyway, let's continue. I'll probably get some flack from that from him later. But anyway, let's continue. We got the Monster, Abyss, and Crazy Steve. I love. I just think this is so funny. I love how Abyss is still relevant, and Kane, Big Show, and Mark Henry aren't. I just think that's funny. Abyss is like the same size practically, wrestles the same style, and I really like how he's still relevant and they aren't. But anyway, I'm just glad that he was just looking to make everything beautiful tonight. I mean, Justin, I'm sure you're still watching. That's all you really need. I mean, I would be fine with watching 2 hours of Abyss being beautiful. I'll be honest. Casey, any thoughts on I think it was kind of a backstage segment. They're kind of setting up that match with Bram coming up. Any thoughts on that? Besides Abyss is beautiful. I got that.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He is. Character-wise, he's still relevant. We'll get into the match and my thoughts on his in-ring abilities in a second. But I like. I'm intrigued with what they're doing with the storyline, which is always good when you're intrigued on something. I'm curious what they're doing, if they're still, if it feels like they're still trying to add Bram into it, just with everything that's going on, unless they're trying to, tear, my baby away from me and the decay. Rosemary, you gotta come back, girl. You can't be doing this. I can't take it. But unless they're trying to, tear Rosemary away from the decay and start like a storyline there, I don't see them doing that though. The decay has been so popular. Why would you break them up this soon? It just would feel weird to me. But, TNA, WWE have done weirder things, so I wouldn't be surprised. But, I like, the build up to whatever they're deciding to do with this.
All right. Next we got Abyss versus Bram. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it did what it was supposed to do. Abyss would choke slam Bram, and then Rosemary would come out looking very, very confused. She would come out and you're gonna hate me for this, but she would look into Bram's mouth, probably for her tongue, and Bram would hit a running knee and roll up Abyss for the win. So they're kind of keeping that whole storyline going on there. I like it a lot. I like it. I still like Abyss in the ring. I don't know what it is, but I like him. Number one, he's beautiful. Number two, I enjoy him. But I try to be a glass half full type of a guy, for the most part. But any thoughts on Abyss versus Bram and Rosemary's tongue being
No,
somewhere in Bram's mouth?
hey. First of all, I like Abyss. It's just it's weird for me watching Abyss in a match that isn't a Monsters Ball match. It's just weird watching him wrestle a normal match because it's like, where's Janice at? Like, where's the barbed wire board? These are all things we need with Abyss. I don't know. He still is more relevant than Kane, Big Show, Mark Henry.
Come on.
Still, I don't know. He needs the Monsters Ball for me. I don't know. But Rosemary, she looking extra good tonight. I'm just saying. I don't know if she did something with the makeup or what it was, but but she tested my patience, touching on that man and trying to look in his mouth. And there ain't nothing in his mouth for you, girl. It's all in my mouth.
What? What was just said? What was just said? Oh, all right. So, just so y'all know, I'm not even gonna repeat that. Oh wow. Anyway, we gonna move on because. All right. We got Marti Bell versus Jade versus Gail Kim versus Sienna. I really like Sienna's music, man. That I don't know what it is, but I'd be bobbing my head to that. I like it. I enjoy this match though. It's definitely a very fluid match. Jade and Gail Kim, man. Oh my. And like just together in the ring, it's so good. They're so fluid together. They work very well together. I enjoyed when they kind of got alone and got their chance to do their thing. Marti Bell is looking fine as always. I love her. I'm slowly falling. Slowly. I don't fall too fast. I got I ain't like Casey over there. I don't fall too fast, so I gotta wait a little bit. But I definitely enjoy Marti Bell too. I'm glad she's getting some chances to kind of be on her own a little bit. And Sienna, man, Sienna coming in with that pounce at the end. I was like, yeah. I was not expecting it though. I don't know why. For some reason, I was expecting Kim to just hit that suicide dive. I don't know why I wasn't expecting Sienna to just delete her, I guess, or no, not delete, silence her. I definitely like this match. So I thought it was good knockouts title match. Please give me a storyline around this knockouts title, please. That's all I need. You got Sienna there. You got the whole Maria Corporation thing that they're doing, kinda, still kinda. So please, hit that up. Give me something there, some sort of storyline there. So that's all I need. Because I'm loving Marti Bell and Jade, but give me something with Sienna. Give me something. But anyway, any thoughts on the knockouts title match?
Yeah, as soon as she did the pounce, I knew DJ was gonna love that. This was a good match. Kind of like DJ said, Marti Bell and Jade together are awesome. Jade and Gail Kim together are awesome. I kind of wanted this to just be a triple threat match. I love Sienna, but there's something about, you know, Jade, Gail Kim, and Marti Bell that
You just like the pants, man. You just like don't try to beat around the bush. Like you ain't gonna mention
they wasn't blue, so I was like, oh, they was red, and I was like, I liked it. But yeah, I liked it. They definitely need to, you know, do some sort of storyline. You know, it feels like they started something with Maria and Sienna and the corporation, and then they were like, nah, let's split that up, but keep it together, sort of, but not, you know, talk about it. It's just kind of confusing because it's like, okay, are they still, you know, working with Maria? What's going on here? Does Maria still have anything to do with the knockouts? Because we haven't really seen Maria have anything to do with the knockouts in the past couple weeks. It feels like she's just been with Michael Bennett, and I'm like, okay, but definitely we need a more of a storyline built up around this. I mean, there's good matches anyway, so it kind of it makes it okay that there's a little bit of a lack of a storyline, but obviously, you know, we want more of a storyline anyway. But yeah, pants, dead pants.
Alrighty, we got Mike Bennett would end up getting stopped by DJZ. And basically he was going to, you know, figure out his issues with Eddie Edwards, but he was like, DJZ, you know, he's not gonna take that beating from behind, you know, lying down. Well, and after he got up, you know, he wasn't gonna take it lying down. So we get Mike Bennett versus DJZ, and I'm gonna give you this match.
Yeah, I was ready for you to give me the ladder match earlier, you know, and then you did. And then, but you know, you're right. You know, DJZ, he wasn't gonna take that laying down. He wasn't gonna take that beating from behind. So he took a beating from in front. It was a good match. I liked that, kind of, we were talking about it during the sort of live reactions. I like that the X Division kind of banded together, even though there was heels mixed with faces. They kind of banded together to kind of, you know, stand up to Michael Bennett, which was kind of cool. Kind of helping DJZ get the win. So that was kind of cool. You know, I'm sure your boy Pepper Parks charged them $5 to go out there, because yeah, $5. But no, it was a good match. You know, I felt like it made DJZ look a little bit weak, having to have them come out and kind of help him. But at the same time, like I said, it does, you know, it shows that the X Division is kind of, they're together, and, you know, they're not going to let Mike Bennett kind of ruin it. You know, they didn't stand up to Lashley, you know, but
I mean, but he didn't say he was going to ruin it. He said he was going to take the heart out of. Oh,
well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but anyway, I enjoyed this match too. I liked it. I agree that the X Division banding together, you know, was a cool thing. It made a lot more sense than the Team USA versus the multicultural alliance thing. On July 4th. Just because, yeah, Mike Bennett's goal was to destroy America. The people they just randomly put on that team to destroy. Wait, what? But you know, like that, their goal wasn't to like destroy America, right? Like that random team of people not from America. Yeah, you know, screw America, right?
Sami Zayn's totally trying to take down America.
But yeah, like Mike Bennett's trying to take down the X Division, not America. I think I said America earlier.
Yeah, you did.
But I caught that and I was like, wait, what? But anyway, I enjoyed this match though. I didn't think that it really made him look weak, because I thought, because I love DJZ, number one, but number two, I just thought they didn't really do anything. They just kind of pushed him back in the ring. They didn't really like you know, put a beating on him or nothing. But anyway, we got Drew Galloway in an interview, and I don't know what he said because I was thinking, how is this man just arriving? Now this is not knowing that this is not knowing that he was in a street fight tonight. I did not know that. I thought it was a normal match, and I'm like, how are you gonna get changed and everything that quick? I'm so confused. Then we have Mike Bennett having somebody on the phone. We don't know who it is. Casey and I are always like, we hope it's someone new, but then like I always make the joke, oh, it's gonna be whoever, whatever random guy they would just throw in to be like, haha, you haven't seen him in a while, but he's not new. I was kind of hoping it was Aiden O'Shea though. I'm not even gonna lie. But any thoughts on Mike Bennett or Drew Galloway just arriving to the arena?
I think the Drew Galloway thing is another thing with TNA is sometimes they kind of change storylines without letting us know sometimes. Because this was originally supposed to be a normal match, and then I guess, corporate wasn't going to sanction it out of nowhere. So they changed it to ended up being a street fight, but it, I guess, wasn't. It was weird because it was like, okay, is it supposed to be officially changed to a street fight, or are they just going out to fight? It was kind of confusing to me. I liked it though. I made the joke that if this was WWE, they would have broken it up like 5 seconds into it. But I like that they let them fight, until they got to the backstage. As soon as they get to the backstage, it's broken up. All the whole, roster comes out and, separates them. I kind of thought that was a little bit weird.
Grado saw it. He saw it from a mile away. He said, "This must."
He's like, "I gotta stop this. I gotta stop this with my fanny pack." But yeah, I liked it.
Alrighty. Then we got that fight between EC3 and Drew Galloway. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Only thing I've always wanted this stuff to start, especially if it was just gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
If it wasn't gonna be like a match, like I would rather this have started in the backstage somewhere. You know what I mean? Like in the interview area or in some random bathroom stall. Like anywhere would have been fine. I don't know where I got that from, but I just wish it would have started backstage, and then people would have just kind of broke it up from there. I thought that would have been a little bit better, but anyway.
I don't know what but I don't want to see a fight start in a bathroom stall. I'm just saying.
I mean, what EC3, he be, taking his number one, and then Galloway come in, he kicked the stall door, and then he ended up peeing on himself. That's fighting words right there. That's fighting words. I'm telling you.
I mean, but why would he break into a stall when another man trying to go to the back?
Because they got a feud going on, man. Because that's how feuds work, man.
I mean, been in a feud. I would let the man finish because that's just weird. I don't even like going in the bathroom when there's somebody else there. I'm just saying. I wait till somebody.
So how do you deal with public bathrooms? Like how do you do that? Do you just you just use your own personal one? That's it. Like
no, I just wait until if I go in and I see somebody in there, I wait until they leave, and then I go. Because it's awkward.
All right, let's jump into the main event. We got Lashley, the world champion, versus Eddie Edwards, the X Division champion, title for title. Winner take all. I wish they would have kind of like emphasized that point, that winner takes all, because a lot of times you don't always think of that when you hear title for title, because it means so many different things. Like sometimes it's or like sometimes it's come across as title versus title or whatever. So then it's like, is it so they're just fighting? But I enjoyed this match though. I thought it was good. Lashley, I mean, just throwing this man around like you expect.
He was getting some in there too.
I was at the beginning of the match though, but
okay. I thought
I was at the beginning when he was literally just throwing that man around. He was. He looked like he was basically just in control. The fight went outside. Davey touched his shoulder and Eddie Edwards reversed it. And I think Davey cheated. The spin to the steps was pretty cool. The belly to belly on the ramp was cool. Eddie Edwards came back as they were in the ring with a tornado DDT. We got 3 suicide dives in a row. 3 triple shots of caffeine, as freaking the Pope would say. And then the sit down, the catching sit down spine buster was nice. I was like, okay, I see you, Eddie Edwards. The ref gets killed again. Was Stifler the referee in this match? Because that man.
It was Hebner.
Okay. I mean, he still like that man. He still like they need to calm down, man. He gonna retire. He just gonna quit. He gonna quit at this job. But the ref gets knocked down, and Mike Bennett comes out, and he has his hands up, and he's doing like a kind of it wasn't even like a come out thing. It was just like he was just like doing some kind of weird motion with his hand, and we hear the music of Moose, and I could hear it from the very beginning, and I was surprised because I was like, oh, they can use that music, right? Because like a lot of times when someone comes from one promotion to another, you don't expect them to use the same music that they did before. So I thought that was really cool that Moose got to use his own music. I hope he gets to keep it, definitely. He comes out and basically destroys everyone, destroys Lashley. He basically destroyed everyone, and I definitely like that. And this match basically ends in a no contest. I think it was Mackenzie Mitchell, I think is who was the new TNA girl. She went back to Dixie Carter and asked her what was going to go down, and basically we're going to have 6 out of steel next week. So that should be cool. That gives you something to look forward to next week. Title for title still. So that's pretty cool. I enjoyed this though. I thought it was surprising because I know I had heard of I had heard people saying that Moose may debut in maybe going to WWE or TNA, but I didn't know which one. And then I heard that he was, if I'm not mistaken, backstage at Takeover, the most recent one they had. I don't know if you heard that too, but I had heard that, so I thought he was going to sign with WWE. And then I know I had heard something about him maybe signing with TNA, but I don't look at spoilers really at all, nor do I look at I don't really even look at the news talking about it anymore. So I really enjoyed this though. I thought it was surprising. I was glad that it wasn't somebody we just knew was gonna come out. One of those random guys. Game Storm would be the guy or something. But I enjoyed it though. I thought it was cool to see Moose out there. Cool that he got to keep his music and whatnot. I enjoyed it though. I want to see what they're gonna do with this new Mike Bennett alliance. I thought they were gonna I thought something was gonna happen where they were gonna recreate something here or something, or they were gonna create a faction here. I don't know if you were thinking that, but I was thinking Lashley was gonna be with them all along or something, and that was gonna happen. But Moose is definitely a good guy that can kind of go toe to toe with Lashley. They have a similar fighting style. They're both athletic, kind of muscular guys, so I think that'll be pretty cool. But I don't know if they're gonna push Moose this quickly. I'm not sure if they're going to push him this quickly or not. But any thoughts on Lashley versus Eddie Edwards or the debut of Moose? Moose.
I did like the match. I like that it wasn't just a complete jobber match. It wasn't just a complete squash. Eddie Edwards was holding his own, which I was glad that they at least did that. We were kind of speculating who the enforcer was going to be or whatever. I didn't catch the music at first, so it didn't hit me at first that it was Moose. But then when he came out, I was excited. I was definitely pumped seeing Moose and Lashley face off. I think that would definitely be a good match because I do like Moose. I normally don't like the big guys.
You do not like Moose. You're a liar. You're a liar. The last time we talked about Moose, you didn't like him at all. Probably because I liked him, but you didn't like him at all.
Do you know how long? Do you know how long ago it was that we talked about Moose? I was back the last time you watched Ring of Honor.
Yeah, probably.
That was like a year ago. No, but I'm excited, to see what they do with him. I know, we were talking about him being backstage at the last takeover, and I forgot whose Snapchat he was on too, because I know I had mentioned it to you when I saw it. I don't think it was the WWE Snapchat. It was somebody else.
Yeah, it was like a Superstar Snapchat, right?
Yeah, one of them. I forgot who it was. But so I was, that's what I was thinking, that he was going to sign with WWE, which in a way would make sense because he's a big guy. So they would obviously push him, right to the main roster, which is not necessarily a good thing. I think with TNA, they'll use him well, but I don't think they'll, like you said, I don't think they'll push him right to the title right away. I could see him having matches with Lashley, but I don't think he'll have that title push right away, even though he probably could. He has, proven himself in Ring of Honor, so we know that he can wrestle. But it's just, I guess, I feel like it hasn't hit me that it's, he's actually in TNA now. I'm still kind of, expecting him to return to Ring of Honor, but definitely was a good match. I'm excited for Six Sides of Steel next week. Six Sides of Steel is always a good match, no matter, I feel like, who's in it, except for like Havoc and Awesome Kong.
Never forget. Alrighty. I'm definitely excited though to see what they're gonna do with the show next week. Apollo Crews. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. It was Apollo Crews. But yeah, I definitely, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. TNA's putting on some good shows. Like I I love when people say, they don't like TNA because they can't watch it, because that's just funny to me. That was not a shot at Justin, I promise. That's just in general. People are just like that today. They're just like, oh, I can't watch it, so it's gotta suck, right? So I'm definitely excited for next week, though. I want to see what they're going to do. I feel like they've been on a good string of shows for a long, long time now. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit that thing. Hit it hard. Don't break your computer, though. We don't want, we ain't paying for it, so don't do that. But hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to us. I was gonna say follow on the Twitter, but I said subscribe again. So subscribe twice. Get you 2 accounts and subscribe twice. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. And that's about it. That's all I got. That's really all I got for you. Tell us what you thought about Destination America. We'll see you guys later. Peace.